Previously on Owls Rising.
Do your fucking job!
Only thing that we can control are two things. If you think you're being pushed around out there on either side of the ball, fucking raise your hand. Because I know what I see. You're not getting pushed around. You're pushing them around. Defense, one play. Go get us another turnover. We got your back. Man, when we get 11 guys working together, you see what we can do.
Hey, finish on me. Finish on 3. 1, 2, 3, finish.
Be with us, Lord. Walk with us, Lord. Run with us, Lord. Hit with us, Lord. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Amen. This is about greatness. This is about proving people wrong. Now it's time to show the world.
I'm my mama's son, it's in my blood. I know I'm built to win. World champion.
The way we fought, the physicality that we played with, the togetherness, I thought we had come farther from an execution standpoint.
Let's fucking go.
Good release.
Michigan State was definitely good at hitting you late and hitting you with the crown of their helmet. Nobody gave them the memo on targeting. And Cam's a tough kid.
Having Cam in our program for 9 months, that did pretty good at when he's on the move, and obviously with his legs, he's a threat to go make some yards.
What is your idea of a successful season?
First, taking it day by day, trying to build and grow just day by day, you know, not taking no steps back, just taking steps forward. Trying to go 1-0 in everything, trying to give your best, put your best foot towards everything, and you know, leave with no regret.
So we called timeout, and Coach Fry was over there talking to the offense, talking to Cam, and his right hand wouldn't stop shaking. Said he got hurt. He wasn't sure how or what play. So we were going to put Tyreek in, and then Cam, you know, in those 30 seconds, 60 seconds, said, I think I can go. And so we x-rayed it after preliminarily. Those were negative. So, and other injuries, we came out pretty good. Some bumps and bruises here and there.
I know I put my best foot forward, and I didn't hold anything back. And that's really the most you can do and the best you can do.
I made sure to go grab Cam, and I said, look around, dude. Look around. You got 70,000 people nervous as all get out because you're 6 points going into the fourth quarter away from winning this damn thing. You know, obviously the defense keeping us in the game. We weren't getting pushed around.
I ran track senior year. I went 10-6. So I'm playing free safety, and he gonna let me use my speed. I'm fast. I want us to win the AAC, man. Unit-wise, man, I think we're the best unit in the AAC, man. I feel like we can take over. We're just gonna keep building. Just make the plays that's in front of me. Don't take no opportunity for granted and just have fun, man. It ain't nothing if you're not having fun.
They weren't playing with more intensity than us. So that's a good team. I'm not saying they weren't playing with intensity, but it wasn't more than us. And so I think at halftime they kind of realized that a little bit and went out and did their job with a little bit more consistency, which was good to see.
Well, what have been your thoughts on Kazir so far this season?
You don't find a corner with his physical attributes very often. Big dude, he's a long guy, and he's physical.
No matter what you do, bro, I'd take you on my team in anything I was doing. You had a hell of a spirit, hell of an energy, and hell of an intellectual capacity. And I hope this is everything you want to be this season. I look forward to watching you play, dude. I look forward to be out on that island. Better you than me. So, thank you, man.
No problem.
To the guys on the field, he made the right call. So how that gets overturned with clear video evidence that wasn't targeting. So as they do, they review every targeting, and somebody in New York or Dallas or wherever they do these things said that wasn't targeting, but that it was a late hit. But a late hit, by definition, occurs after the play is dead, and the play then was dead prior to him making the line of the game.
And that was a game where if the refs, I think they hit Fancher. I think they had 3 or 4 targeting penalties. And I think, what do I know? I think they blew a call at the end of the game when you see it that was clearly targeting, but they're picking up flags, and Michigan State snuck out with a win at Michigan State. Yeah, man, that was euphoric, because I'm like, offensively, we're going to struggle a little bit, but defensively, man, we just held them like, we're going to be all right.
To be in this many one-score games against some really quality opponents tells me we're on the right track. We're so close to getting over that hill. We as a staff, myself as the head coach, we just got to figure out the right buttons to press, because the margin for error is so slim when you're playing teams like that, in environments like that. And give Michigan State a ton of credit. I got a lot of respect for Coach Smith and what he's building here. They got some really, really good players. But I felt like that was a winnable game for us, and I was hoping we were a little bit farther than we were. But we got a week to get better and get excited for our first conference game on next Saturday.
FAU and their hidden gem is Kazir Brown, right?
How'd you end up from Maine to FAU?
Hitting the transfer portal after my junior season. I pretty much was just looking for a better fit for me. I was a big fish in a small pond, just swimming in circles. For me and my development and for the player I aspire to be, I just say, you know what, I'm gonna hit the transfer portal, help myself be a better man and a better player.
Got it. And why FAU?
Just the hospitality they showed me and my family. Since day one, since I've been getting recruited, they talk to me every day, check up on me, make sure I'm good, ask about my family, just making sure my well-being is good. And then when I came down on my visit, it was just felt like home. As soon as I got off the plane, it was just like, I could get used to this. And then, talking to the coaches, talking to the staff, just meeting everybody, it was like, yeah, I definitely could do this. So on Saturday when I was here getting my tour, I committed.
Really?
Yeah. Regular business management, but I got a couple ideas I want to do.
Everybody in here in this building seems to be really excited about this year. Is it a fair statement to say this culture here at FAU currently is just like a damn good culture?
That definitely, especially coming from my last school, this is a culture similar to what my coach was trying to build, but we never really got there. But seeing us get in there, seeing us really evolve and seeing us grow to that culture, it's definitely a different feeling. And you definitely could see it, you could breathe it, it's just around the locker room, you could definitely feel it.
From a coaching standpoint, a lot of legitimate coaches, dudes play at a high level here. What's been the biggest takeaway for you from this current coaching staff?
Just the small things, when you get in coach, they tell you about the big things, your job and stuff like that, but they teach you the small things about the defense, certain scenarios, like the little IQ things that you get for people that go into the league. They already know that, being at a small school, sometimes you don't really learn that till you get there, and it's like, you gotta play catch up.
Jackson Ambush, one of the coolest names in college football.
It's always been a dream to play FBS ball.
What are now the expectations for second year
Championship?
A lot of new guys this year. I said this to everybody I've met. I've been around a lot of people, organizations, teams, and this team seems to have a really good culture. Seems to be like they're good dudes. What are you most excited about coming into this season for you, the team, and you personally?
Definitely the culture, being able to communicate with those guys. When you bring new guys in and you show them what it's supposed to be like, there's no difference. Like last year we had, culture from the past coach, I guess you could say. And that's clashing with what Coach Herman's trying to bring to the table. But the new guys, we set a standard and we're all in alignment. So that's something I'm really excited for.
What are you looking the most forward to this season?
At the end of the day, winning a championship. That's what I'm trying to strive for. But, creating those memories as well, because you only play this game for so long. I'm only guaranteed this next year. God, forbid something bad happens or, I don't get an opportunity to play at the next level. This is my last year. So, I'm trying to take in all the memories I can while I'm playing.
That's something people don't understand about football. You can play basketball at a lot of different divisions, be done, and still go play basketball someday.
Yeah.
Right? There's a lot of countries where they're like, yo, you can come play basketball here.
Yeah.
Baseball is a lot of opportunity. Football is one of those where the funnel is much, right? Like when you're done, you're done.
Yeah, this is legacy approved. I had a vision before them folks had a clue. Thank God I still had ability when we didn't have a roof. I couldn't even think of stability, let alone had the tools to be making change, and it ain't that ancient a memory. Strange that I can't forget where I came, but don't know if they'll do the same and remember me till I'm painting the bigger picture.
Federico Moranguez, he's a veteran who will lead this team.
We have the weapons to compete with any other school.
I was born and raised in Puerto Rico. So after Hurricane Maria in 2017, I left the island because there was no power in my school for 3 months. And my parents and I decided that my best chance to end up going to play college ball was me moving to the United States. I got here 2019 with Lane Kiffin. He was the one that recruited me. And that year we were able to win the conference championship and the bowl game. I think it was the Boca Bowl. After that, we had 3 years with Coach Taggart. We didn't get we didn't get what we wanted those years, and now we're with Coach Herman, and you can definitely feel a change of the culture in every single coaching change. It's not just about the coaches, it's about the team, and you definitely tell the difference between the chemistry that we had last year and the chemistry that we had this year. Now we have guys that are ready to compete, guys that get mad at themselves for them screwing up instead of a coach getting mad at yourself. There's a lot of selflessness in the team now, which helps out a lot because it's not about you, it's about the guy next to you. That's why you're competing. The offensive line, I think we've been as close as we've ever been right now. It's been through all the years that we've been here together. Alex, Andre Lamas, Woody, Okino. We've been with these guys for years now. Those are the type of guys that you have to push yourself to be with, because those are the type of guys that are going to push you to be a better person. And since we've been here for so long and we push each other for so long, now it's just family. Every single coaching staff always talks and preaches about love and family and how we can be together, but the offensive line room itself is an entire other family.
I'm Ephraim Salam, played 13 years in the NFL, got drafted out of San Diego State University, the San Diego State University, the Aztecs The thing about being an individual athlete in a team sport is no matter how good or bad your team is, the only thing you can control is you, how you play.
That's what I told the team. Like, you could play 75 plays perfectly. And that one play, you decide to go 90% or you decide to have a mental brain fart, that could be the play that goes 67 yards.
Let's talk player development, but first, don't say anything. I have to give you a tremendous compliment, and especially in a culture like this. So first of all, I appreciate you being so inviting to something that you created, because it can be very intimidating. So we had to kind of split it up, come together and be like, okay, these are the things that we're going to offer.
Once they get here, you know, they meet us ultimately through the whole recruiting OV process. We're here to guide them. They need to use us as a vessel to learn what they need to learn.
You're trying to show guys how to stabilize themselves financially, even in college. Explain that, why that was important to you, and the different programs that you've created.
I created the HOOP program, which stands for Helping Our Owls Thrive. So I want to make sure that our student athletes are top-tier student athletes on and off the field. Our brotherhood is tight and close, and that's in the locker room, on the field, at community service, for sure.
And then spiritually, we have full-time chaplain.
Correct.
To be able to minister guys, meet them wherever they are, and that's been a tremendous experience.
But then also, I know our parents, our guardians want to know about career, because we all know everyone's not making it to the NFL. So we also do career guidance and development, also job placement.
We believe that player development is a very, very special offering on the coaching staff. We have 4 former NFL players on the coaching staff.
Player development would be like in the forefront of, for one, making sure students get here, making sure students stay here, but then also putting students in the right realm when it's time to go in a career, or if it's time to go into the NFL.
So in conclusion, trust us.
Trust us.
Trust us with your ability. Trust us with your precious treasures.
Yes.
Your sons. We believe we're on the cutting edge as far as player development in college football.
My journey started in high school, where I kind of mainly focused on just football and put the other sports aside, leading me to Auburn, then having a short run at Mississippi State, to where I came in May and started to mark my journey here at FAU. NIL is just a place that not many people are sure about or understand, and in my position, I feel like I've seen it at the SEC level and this level. It's impacted, it can help you, and it can also hurt you. Really just understanding that there's many things that come along with those NILs. You got taxes, you gotta budget your money. If you don't really understand those things, you won't really get the full effect of the NIL and using your name, image, and likeness.
We work hand in hand together on NIL opportunities for our players, working with the collective.
Keep them home. We want to put them to understand they can play in front of their family, they can get the exposure, they can get to the league from here.
NIL definitely make the stress less for my parents, where they could be able to financially support me, and they have less worries, and they could focus mainly on my little sister and her lifestyle that she wanted to live. So it gave me more responsibilities. It just really took the stress off my parents of having to worry about financials with me in college.
I'm actually a huge fan of NIL, as are, most former players and, NFL guys. I think it only makes sense for a guy to be able to make money off his name, image, and likeness. You have guys who are in this industry of college football who come from very, unfortunate circumstances, and they're thrusted in a position of somewhat fame and likability and knowability, and everyone knows who they are, and these businesses have no problem helping those kids with their name, image, and likeness. But I have no problem with it at all. It wasn't around when I was here. If it was, I'm not sure I would have benefited from it that greatly. Like I said, I had no offers. I'm not sure anybody would have thrown me a 6-figure deal at that time in my life. But for the guys that can get it and are getting it, man, I'm happy for them, and I wish them the best.
There's plenty of wealth to go around with the NIL deals going on now, so there's really no downside to playing in Boca.
My name is George Reister. I played for the Oregon Ducks, got there in 1999, left my junior year to go to the NFL, got drafted in 2003 to the Jacksonville Jaguars, played there for 6 years, and then went up to the New York Giants and had a little cup of coffee up there. My thoughts on NIL are, it was needed, it was overdue. The fact that this was really one of the only areas in American society where you would have the people who are generating the revenue also not participating in the revenue, generating so many views and ad revenue for everybody else. So why would you not be able to participate in it?
Now I can see former pro athletes being utilized more so in college football than ever before because of all the necessary items that need to transition the student athlete into being a professional athlete. The number one thing at Florida Atlantic University, it's not the opportunity for NIL. It's to be coached by Tom Herman. I believe that Tom Herman is one of the most underrated coaches that we have in the United States, and I do believe through this and other things that people will see that.
Dwayne Brown with Virginia Tech, played 10 years in Houston with the Texans, played 4 years in Seattle, the Seahawks, and 2 years in New York with the Jets. I didn't have any colleges offering me money coming in, but the one thing that stood out with me with Virginia Tech was just how persistent they were. My senior year, I broke my fibula the third game of the season, and I was crushed. I was out for 8 weeks. But that whole staff, they showed up in my school multiple times. They came by after my surgery. And I think persistence and just being present is tough if you don't have the financial backing. Because a lot of kids come from situations where, again, they're not well off. And so that can look real intriguing, when you have someone that can help your financial situation immediately. If you can't compete with that, just showing your interest as much as possible by being present can mean everything. As a former college athlete, the amount of work, time, dedication that goes into that craft, while trying to balance out being a student, being able to be compensated for that, I think is incredible. And a lot of us come from not so well off families, so you go into that college space, there's not a lot of funds. Some people are very talented. Some of these institutions are making billions of dollars. And when a college makes that type of money, $200, $300 million, off of an athlete's name, image, and likeness, and this athlete is eating top ramen and hitchhiking to school, there's a problem. There was some days where I was taking protein shakes from the weight room as dinner. Or you had to decide if you wanted to get, some lunch or get gas for your car. So just to be able to live just more comfortably during that time would have been great for me. I think my drive and my hunger to succeed and play at the next level would have still been there. So there is a point where you have to pay these kids something, because there's no place in America that you could legally be doing this except in college sports. And they've been doing it for decades. And it had to go all the way to the Ninth Circuit Court and all the way to the Supreme Court for people to realize how unfair it was. But they should have put guardrails up first before they were able to put this into play, because now there is no monitoring of this. It really is the wild, wild west.
Joey Garassa, head strength and conditioning coach. I helped develop the physical preparation process for these players. Coach Herman hands the team off to me in the offseason, and I'm the pseudo head coach in the offseason. That means that I have to have complete alignment with what the head coach's vision is for our team, and I have to have complete alignment from a cultural standpoint and from a value standpoint on what needs to be emphasized and taught throughout that offseason. Portal has changed things. Is you don't have 4 years to develop kids anymore, you have 4 months to develop kids. So we have to surround them and acclimate them to how we do things, how we speak.
You get Cameron Fancher for 9 months and he's in a black jersey, non-contact for those 9 months. You really don't have a true understanding of what he can do, running the football and as a threat there. So I think we found some things out tonight.
If we do it the right way, we'll win a championship.
I think it goes to trust in your training.
What people don't understand is we train for 8 months out of the year for 13 opportunities in season. The recipe for winning a championship is the same in football at every single level, because football is football. Okay, you can't have guys that are selfish. You gotta have guys that put the team first. You gotta have guys that understand that it's bigger than them.
We're gonna jump on the force deck today. We gotta jump on that shit every single day. Do not leave here without jumping on that. That will help us monitor your fatigue. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
All right, we need you on that. Control your R. We've talked about this a million times, all right? This is so fucking important. This is live bullets now. All day, you're tired, people are talking shit, emotions are high. Understand that correction is not personal. We are all here for the same outcome. Every single one of us. We're all here for the same goddamn thing. And what is the outcome that we want? Championship, to win some fucking football games, all right? Get a breakdown on the win and get going. Let's go. That's the best one yet, Bob. Hey, win on three, win on me. 1, 2, 3, win!
Next time on Owls Rising.
Coaches started breaking promises and contracts first. It's the truth.
There are a lot of problems, and I keep saying it's the wild, wild west because it is.
When you hit superstardom as an amateur and you know these rules are bogus, but they still are in place, what are you to do?
I like the amateurism of college sports. I think it was a fair playing field. Now, these kids are getting offered millions of dollars in college.